There is only one indigenous championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra.
Biafra Human Rights Radio.
Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever. There is only one indigenous broadcaster.
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. Beloved homeland of our brave heroes, we must defend our lives, or we shall perish. We shall protect our hearts from all our faults. But if the prize is death for all we hold dear, then let us die without a shred of fear. Hell to Biafra, consecrated nation. Oh fatherland, peace be our solemn pledge. Defending thee shall be our dedication. Spilling our blood will count our privilege. The waving standard which emboldened thee free shall always be our flag of liberty. We shall emerge triumphant from this ordeal, and through the crucible unscared will pass. When we are poised the wind of battle to heal, we shall remember those who died in mass. Then shall our trumpets peal the glorious song of victory. We score might and wrong. Oh God, protect us from dying in pitfall. Guide all our movements, lest we go astray. Give us the strength to heed the humanist call, to give and not to count the cost each day. Bless those who rule to serve with resoluteness, to make this kind a land
Yes, once again, fellow BIAFRANs, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. As always, this is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station. Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station is being anchored by Diokpa Uche Ukafomefo, who hails from Abatete in Anambra State. Mazi Ukafomefo is the man who has assured us from inception that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And of course, on Biafra Freedom, Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station, this is a platform for pro-Biafran groups. It is a platform that is dedicated to airing the view and the opinion regarding pro-Biafran groups across the world. And at the same time, on this very platform, we pass out information. We carry out enlightenment campaign. We stand to gain nothing but to lose everything if we fail to stand up to our responsibility. On this very platform, we expose evil. It does not matter who is involved. We represent the truth and nothing more, nothing less. By the special grace of the Almighty Creator, I am George ONYIBE and I hail from Agbo Anyoma Province in Delta State. And this evening I must acknowledge members of the de facto customary government, those in the implementation committee, the advisory body, and every member. You are highly appreciated for your enormous sacrifice on behalf of our people. I must remember Biafra Nation Alliance, will as well acknowledge the indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu, who are going every social media insulting everybody, who are fueled by only propaganda, lying and deceit. You see, this is the area they really don't want. They believe you should not say it, you should leave it that way. That is how it should be. And it has become their curse. For some time, they are facing crisis because Nemesis is catching up on them. And so the number of their recruits, they have reduced drastically. I think nearly Ufubu and other highway must have prevented China Sanguru from having access to money. And so it's not giving the Irats any money anymore. China Sanguru, you need to step up your game. I need more of IPOB Zumbi, Nnamdi Kanu Zumbi. I need them on my platform. Quite unfortunate. You are highly appreciated anyway. And of course, I give all the praises, all the glory, all the honor to the Creator, who has not snubbed the breath out of us. Neither has He submitted us to the will of our enemy. But constantly, He becomes the lifting up of our head. And though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we fear no evil, because we know that Thou art with us, O Lord. I thank You because You change everything and You change it not. And of course, we will proceed this evening into our topic, our discussion, which is simply titled "The Need to Rebrand the Image of Biafra." There is a dire need to rebrand the image of Biafra. Most people don't even see how embarrassing it could be these days to see you are a Biafran. Most people don't understand. Ignorant people do not understand that the name of Biafra has been dragged to the mud. Most people are not even aware that what we are trying to do here is damage control. Most people are very comfortable with what we are saying. And this is because they have not allowed their reasoning to align with their conscience. This is because they want to be with the crowd. Let it look like we are winning. This is because they have decided to hide the truth and embrace the lie. This is because they find it very difficult to hear the truth. And that is because all this while they've been very comfortable hearing the lie. But I have a news for you. We do not have any intention of backing down. We do not have any intention of retrieving until we see that the image and the people of Biafra are sanitized, repositioned. And to be able to start on this journey, it requires rebranding. On this segment this evening, let us review the statement made by Ebonyi State Governor David Umahi by excluding Ebonyi State as part of Biafra, and the mindset behind it. David Umahi recently made a statement. He said Ebonyi State is not part of Biafra. Ebonyi State is not part of Biafra. And there are reasons why he made that statement. We're going to look into it bit by bit. And then those who are agitating for Biafra genuinely should have to see reason why they should buckle up. I don't care the umbrella you are hiding. You can say you are doing regional autonomy. You can say you're talking about restructure. You can say you're talking about constitutional amendment. You can say you are fighting for Ido nation or Ido kingdom. You can say you are fighting for Biafra restoration. You can say you represent the lower Niger, upper Niger, liver Niger, bottom Niger, whatever the case may be. If you are from the southeast, if you are from the south-south, if you are from those geographical locations known as Biafra, there was a country. Fasten your seatbelt. It may be considered as a conspiracy theory at this moment, but believe me, there are impending doom and danger that are with some of us. But the good news is that we will outlive our enemy. We will survive this ordeal. We will conquer. We will march triumphant and victorious at the end of the day. And that is why we are not moved by what we see, by what we hear, by what they say, by what they do. We are moved by the real agenda that brought us here, Biafra restoration. And now going back to David Umahi, there have been so many complaints or reaction to that very statement. Some people say, we will show him. Is he the owner of a boy? All of us are this. And then you need to begin to ask yourself question first of all. If it were Governor Wike that said this, if it were Governor Okowa that has said this, it were any of these governors from the south that have said it, you know what will be trending? We have told our people, let us leave them alone. Let's move on and fight for Igbo nation. My dear, Igbo nation will be there since the beginning of the world, and it's going to be there to the end of the world. The only thing you can do is to enhance, project on their image. Do not destroy it. Ijaw nation will remain there. Igala nation will remain there. Idoma nation will remain there. Robo nation will remain there. All these nations will remain there, except they allow themselves to be completely decimated, their memory wiped out, and their history and origin hidden from them, destroying one generation after the other. But even at this very age and dispensation, I do not think it's very possible, except they turn the global community into a set of zombies, and which I do not see the possibility, because resistance will rise up from the four corners of the earth sooner than later, and those who think that they rule, they preside over the affair of man, taking the place of God, will be humiliated and disgraced for all to see. These are the words of God, not man. And so if it's the governor from south, some of the fanatic and misguided brothers, they say, that is why we say, let us live there. Let's move on. Let's fight for Igbo nation. Let's leave this Biafra where they have been betraying, they have been sabotaging. One name, Ifekanebe Kakwanebe. This is a call to question yourself. In 2018, in 2016, in 2017, David Umahi will not say this. Did the governors of the southeast not call on the Kano to reason with him? From the outside, Rogers Okorocha then. And this was because of the clash he has with Nnamdi Kanu, because he refused to settle on Nnamdi Kanu then. They all came. They welcomed him. Everybody was glad, very proud to identify with Biafra. And one among all those governors come out today and tell you, my state is not part of Biafra. Can't you read the undertone there? Something is certainly very wrong. And this evening we're going to dedicate our time to review the mindset behind that statement. You can't come out and condemn him. We condemn you, we disown you, you are evil, you are this one. There is no amount of caricature you will make on anybody now that will actually have a part. It is over. You have the privilege, you have the opportunity to make use of this weapon of propaganda. But you use this on innocent people. You murdered sleep, and all of you involved, you will never go to bed. You really don't understand what has come upon you. And so you try to see if you can make it go away. It's not going away. Just sit down and relax. Very soon, all the governors of Southeast will tell you that they are not Biafra again. Why? Because the image of Biafra have been dragged to the mud by some criminal individuals who pretend to be holier than thou, who pretend to love you more than your father. Nnamdi Kanu love me more than my father. He come to save me. My father couldn't save me. Nnamdi Kanu is saving me. So why wouldn't they put up any form of favor? Why wouldn't people deny, reject Biafra and run away? But of course we are here on a rescue mission. And this evening we are calling upon every well-meaningful Biafran, genuine Biafrans across the globe. One of the best things we can do for the people of Biafra and the nation Biafra is to begin to work hard to rebrand her image. There was a time under the administration of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, side by side with Yaradua, billions of naira were pumped into rebranding platform. They hired people, I think Rita, Nochie, and some other women from the Igbo Southeast to rebrand the image of Nigeria. They did a very good job. They were all over the social media. They were all over every platform trying to project Nigeria with a better image. Perspective, view about Nigeria as if it doesn't. But it never worked, because behind every television advert you see a fake smile. They smile, hey, we are one Nigeria, Wazobia, oh, we love ourselves. When you look deep into the smiles on their face, it's fake. Oh, Nigeria are disciplined people. They interview 2 or 3 people in diaspora. Oh, I love Nigeria. I can't wait to be in Nigeria. All these people are sponsored to rebrand the image of Nigeria. But behind every of their activity regarding rebranding, you see hypocrisy of the highest order, which eventually was exposed. And so if the people of Biafra at this particular point in time will decide to take a step further by initiating fake rebranding, the world will still know. And this rebranding I'm talking about is for us to understand that there is time for us to turn a new leaf. Why would a son deny his father? Why would a son deny his parents? Why would a man deny his country? Why will a wife or a husband deny their partner, their spouse? Why? Something must terribly be wrong. As the case of Biafra restoration of Biafra is concerned, a lot of things is wrong. The people of Biafra have over time neglected the image of their nation. That is relegating the name of Biafra to the background. Abuse the name of Biafra by their actions and characters, and without proper re-evaluation of the implication behind their reaction in most instances for reason best known to them. It's long overdue. We don't know that everything we do, our actions and character, our involvement in terms of action and inaction, all of them affect the image of Biafra, maybe negatively or positively. And if we have this at the back of our mind, every Biafran is supposed to begin to be very cautious of those actions, those activities, those abuses that relegate the image of Biafra to the background. David Umahi made the statement he made, and I see it maybe as a political statement, but a very wise man, only that he's supposed to do more. Let's come back and review it. Nigeria, Biafran of all people, Biafran of all people, Biafran of all people who indirectly ruled Africa and controlled her affair under the Pan-African organization. Biafran of all people who were the producers of the first line extraordinary politicians that pioneer Africa. Ghana was one time coming to Nigeria for insight on how to move forward. I can assure you that the Ambazonian were receiving directive from Enugu before plebiscite took place and they were carved into Cameroon. Why am I bringing this? We have a whole lot of experience. We have exposed men and women out there. We have intellectuals. We have people who know, technocrats, people who know how to do what they're supposed to do and are willing to do what they are supposed to do. Look at what we have reduced ourselves to. Someone on the Kanu follower went on social media. They videoed Ambazonia, the one that will give us Biafra. They videoed them. They are fighting to save their people. As soon as the Kanu pretend to be fighting to save us. They abuse those children. It looks like Boko Haram to me. Pull your cloth, naked, naked, naked. and God is watching you, He's going to give you that nation. Because they are not the same breed with you, because they are not the same kind with you. Is it a crime? When you fight anybody, you need to consider certain issue. If we put ourselves in any position and you strike us, God may choose to ignore you, because this is the decision of our own making. But there are certain decisions we did not make. For God's sake, I did not choose to come from Nigeria. If I had that choice, I will rather choose to be a bird. That is why that musician say, Mbenga biozo nga budene, Mbenga biozo nga budene, nga ne berine luno onyobona. And when they were calling Ijeli Udeli, they never know they were crowning him. I will come to that later. If I had a choice to choose the country I will come from, in fact, I will tell God, let me be a vulture. I won't be a human being. What a shame. I didn't have the privilege to choose my father or my mother. These were decisions made on my behalf. I can only be grateful to the Almighty Creator. And then our Ambazonia brothers. Was it in Francophone they were asking to naked? And then they are Anglophone. And iPunk is showing you, oh, you see, they are formidable. Oh, very soon now they will tell your daughters to naked. They have been doing it too, but they've not brought it to the camera. And then a normal human being will come out and say, I'm a Biafra. The one eating human being. You want David Umahi to identify with cannibal, because that is what on the Kano, unknown gunmen, all this Yahoo, autopilot, all of them, DOS, emissary of rabbi of emissary, all of them. That is what they have reduced Biafra to. Some of them are running already, so they want to switch it to a nation. My guy, we go nowhere. We remain Biafra. The image must be rebranded. Until we have a platform where the component nation that makes up Biafra gather and say, no, we don't want this name for genuine reason, my brother, we remain Biafra. You will answer that name. It is not, you are not going to be compelled to. We will conquer you with success. But let's expose this evil so you can be able to appreciate now and then. We are now Biafra unknown government. We force people to sit at home. Now they are telling you, oh, Monday, Sunday, Tuesday is on sit at home. The other one say, no, it's only Monday, no sit at home. Because Nnamdi Kanu is going to cut no more here. And so it's now about Nnamdi Kanu, right? And you want us to say, oh, we are all Biafra. Maybe I should have come here and say, David Umaru, you are a Yahoo, you are a Fulani Janjaweed. You are, after all, you say his name is David Dauda Umaru. But look at the image you are projecting about Biafra. Just follow us on social media. One can only wonder, how can these people govern themselves? How do they reason? People are beginning to ask questions. But for the avoidance of doubt, the global community must understand. Biafrans don't behave like IPOB, IPONK, indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu. That is not how we behaved. We have cultured people, we have civilized people, we have disciplined people. Forget about what they are doing now. Most of them are still living under deception, illusion. They don't know. Who can claim to be part of such group who feed on propaganda, blackmails and lies? Chike Dozian was sitting on the hem of her affair to use me, Anuche Mefo, among others, Dr. Okado, Mazio Bidi, to use us as a scapegoat. And so the very day Nnamdi Kanu came and told you, under my watch, they sold Radio Biafra, they sold it to Nigeria. You can imagine I am broadcasting, and Radio Biafra is selling mangi. It was meant to turn all of you against Uche Mefo. But we knew what he was going to do. before he started, and so he couldn't succeed. Emeka Gift is hiding now, but he was the media recruit hired to spearhead that blackmail. You go to my Facebook page, you will see copies of rubbish he made. I didn't copy it, I screenshot it, I videoed it, I record them and keep for them, because when they finish lying, they delete it. So all the one you have deleted, you think you are hiding it. My guy, we have them full, it's intact. We downloaded it, we videoed it, we screenshot it, we flash it, we copy the link. On daily basis, as we open this file, we see all the ones that we copy the link. All of them will be disappearing one after the other. But we understand. Now we are not there. Nnamdi Kanu did not succeed. He cannot blackmail us. Now all the problem happening now, Chike Doziem and the gangster called US, they are going to suffer for it. Nnamdi Kanu, who is responsible for all this confusion, character assassination, blackmailing of his own people, and claiming to be NJ, when he finished his negotiation with Nigerian government under the umbrella of his controversial arrest, he's going to come and he's going to condemn China Samuru. He's going to condemn Chike Dozie. He's going to condemn all of them that are useless. They have outlived their youthfulness. And you are going to, yeah, we say it, our holy, our supreme leader, hey, you have done it. You cannot go to bed when you have more than sleep. Considering what is going on in the name of Biafra agitation, tell me who is in his right mind will come out and beat his hand on the chest. Today in Anambra, they went inside the market and hide. They hide the Apollo inside the bag, and then they just jump outside where the polo. Hey, Biafra, 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 Biafra. They pull the polo again, chuck it inside their bag, run inside the market, and that is what they used to decide. Oh, we are formidable Anambra volunteer. We are marching. We are marching. Nigerian did not shoot you, because I think the understanding how you function. If it were those times, most of them don't reason. They behave like I punk. They would have shot all of you, kill innocent people in the market, and then, of course, Benjamin Madubugu said the more of our people they kill, the more we attract international sympathy, and then they will give us Biafra. So kill all your people. Let's see who is going to be sympathized with you. I don't know why we accept lies more than the truth. I don't know why we think we can fool people all the time. The reason why people have to disassociate or denting the image of Biafra is, one, misinformation about the origin of Biafra. Some of the reason why a lot of people in the nearest future will reject Biafra, they will deny Biafra. And this is for one, because of the misinformation about the origin of Biafra. I have seen men and women talk about Biafra. They say, oh, it's a Portuguese name. Oh, it's a foreign name. Oh, it's a evil name. Oh, it's a Godo name. Oh, it's a name that keep people. Oh, it's a, do you know how many people that died for that name American to stand? Do you think the name of America was first America? When it was discovered by France, when America was discovered, it was first called Flower Land. Among other names, he had bird. And when the men who were to build this nation emerged, they choose to call it America. Do you know how many parliament that went to review this bill? Did you know what they went through before the name came to stay? Do you know they can wake up tomorrow and choose to change their name? And then it must follow due process. We wake up one day, we saw the map of the world. And so as early as 1584, you have had the map of Biafra included in the map of the universe. And some people will say that in that some of those maps, that Biafra is located around Cameroon. Can you actually tell me the difference between Nigeria and Cameroon? Do they not share the same border? Are you going to compare the level of advancement in terms of technology that they had in those ancient times to draw map with what we have today? As we are speaking, the world is getting ready to launch a very unusual microscope into the orbits, into the space. It has the ability to magnify every image they have about the galaxy even 100 times over. And the idea is that they will send it as far as it can go. Its duty is to capture all the images, magnify them, and send back that information to the earth immediately. And I tell you, once that is successfully done, you see the history or the world you know today will become more mystical than you can imagine. After all, we were taught we have 7 planets. 7 planets to 9 planets. 9 planets to 19 planets. And then who knows if it's up to 1 million planets already. And so the position where Biafra appears should not be an issue. The issue is that there was a country called Biafra. There was a region called Biafra. As far as the family that is responsible for map making in the ancient time were concerned, there were empires that were referred to as Zamfara Empire. You think it's a coincidence that in northern Nigeria you have a state called Zamfara where Sharia law started? For God's sake, there is an empire known as Benin Empire. Do you think the people from Benin, the Isha, Igodomigodo, the Idu people, do you think they come out and try to claim relevance for nothing? Their ancestors once ruled this empire. To mention but a few. We have the Zulu Empire, among others. All these people, they are not fake. It's only Biafra, because we have been truly misinformed about Biafra. And hey, many people have died because of it. Man, is there any country in the world today that is living in prosperity, living in wealth, that has not lost their people? Each time we analyze about the activities of the British government as imperialist, you think it was easy for them? It's just that few men organized themselves and decided to conquer the world for themselves. They were ready to pay the price. Some of them even sacrificed their lineage to make sure Europe is where it is today. And now when they say, come, let's fight for Biafra, somebody is using us to do fine boy. And you are clapping for him. Hey, he's a supreme leader. Fine boy, no beer, no crocro. What a shame. You were misinformed about Biafra. And then some of us say, no, we have to change the name. Let's change it. It's a full name. All of us are suspects until Biafra is restored. And then we got to a stage. Nigerians deliberately wipe out Biafra. Anything Biafra within the Biafran territory, they wipe it out. They stop teaching history. What is the better way to destroy a man? Except you remove their history from them. Let me digress a little bit. During the war, the first line of target is the women. We will soon go back to your root, and I'll begin to expose some of this information so that our people can sit up. Our women that God has equipped to do what they're supposed to do, they are there trying to rub shoulder with Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu cannot friend all of you single mothers. Single mothers, Nnamdi Kanu cannot satisfy all of you. Secretary, we know you. All of you, Nnamdi Kanu cannot sacrifice all of you. He can't satisfy all of you. Go and check Nnamdi Kanu wife. She's lonely. Are you not wicked? If Nnamdi Kanu is your boyfriend, and that is why you have to lie on the grave, we desiccate on the grave of people who have died. What a shame. Let us continue. And so at the end of the day, they attack the women, because the women are actually the true custodian. The next people they attack is the elderly people. And this is to cut the youth out of every information. Because if you knowledge of oneself is really what motivates you to be able to do anything. When you train an ego among chicken, without the knowledge of that ego, that is a special breed, not a chicken, he will spend the rest of his life walking like chicken. The ego will be behaving like chicken, eating like chicken, doing cru like chicken. But the day the ego will see another ego and realize that this bird look familiar like me, look like me, and then try to take a leap one after the other, try to fly and soar high and see the truth of who he really is, the ego is not going anywhere. So they cut off your elders so that the young eagles, the children, will not know who they are. And once they get rid of your women, they get rid of your elders, what they do is they kill the youth. This is to weaken the next coming generation. And then they can teach them anything they want. They can hide their history from them. They go and ask the conquerors of the ancient time. They erase the memory of people from existence, and you never know they existed. And so you were misinformed. It doesn't make what you are saying right. And when you have the wrong perspective of Biafra, you are free to disassociate yourself. And that is why we're working hard to make sure we rebrand the image. It is what the enemy told you, that is what you clench to. Lack of patriots. The reason they are running away from Biafra, people like David Umahi among others, Idu Kingdom Nation, Igodomigodo, they are running from the name. Go and ask them. Lack of patriot. Since I was born, since I started hearing of Biafra, outside Dim Chukwemeko Dimegu Juku and his colleagues, I've not seen any group that come up. I've not seen any individual that stand up as a patriot to defend the honor and the dignity of the people of Biafra without reservation. Of course, they have their shortcoming, but they did their best. When I read the history of American Revolution, when I saw what people, the patriots, went through in the hand of the loyalists, it takes extraordinary determination for Britain to leave America today. Go and look at the history of the French Revolution. You see the role played by the Jesuits. You see the role played by the Musketeers. You see the role played by different armed groups, some of them in religious disguise. These are true patriots of their people. We don't have patriots. The ones we have are merchandise, businessmen. Businessmen. Yeah, we are going to get Biafra. We will give you Biafra. Don't near politicians. They are evil. You go back and collect money. This one is a saboteur. We will kill him. Only you. No patriots. Only few people. Only few people. I can name them. They are sweating out their life. Most of them are advanced in age, but their number is very few. They can't do much, but I'm glad they still continue to push. And every such individual, every such Biafran patron, I encourage you this evening to continue. Biafrans will appreciate you. Biafrans will know what you have done this day. Biafrans remain grateful. And then you have evil personified image. People will come up and carry out all forms of evil activity in the name of Biafra. You rob, you rape, you kill, you lie, you project Biafra as evil. Today now, people are not afraid of Biafra because they love Biafra, but they are afraid of Biafra because they believe you will kill them. but they don't obey you. In those days, before now, when everybody was like believing the lies in the name of truth, what you hear on Radio Biafra is simple. All road lead to Abuja. All road lead to Abuja. Everybody know what they are doing. But today, are you not ashamed? You have destroyed the image. They are not telling them, if you know you love Mazen Kano, His Excellency, Akoye Excellency. If you love our supreme leader, Idi Kano, you have to come to Abuja. I beg you now, come to Abuja. Let us show him solidarity. You are begging for solidarity now. You never start. Now the Kano better accept amnesty and come and answer Biafra land Jagaban. Because very soon you will be in court alone. No drama will work. If you like, you carry Pulu, hide and come for the one bus stop. Hey, Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. All these Yahoo media rat will snap you. And then they go, hey, we are formidable, formidable in the ara. Almost every community now are mounting up their own security to checkmate your excesses. But you are supposed to be fighting for our freedom. Now, the really people who are killing us, we have not planned to stop them, but they are planning now to stop you because you're evil. In fact, you have broken record of every form of evil imaginable or known to men. I do not come in defense of David Umahi, but he may be an outspoken individual, and so he said what he said. But I tell you, they all have reason why they should say what they say, and many more people will rise up in the nearest future to say what they want to say. Somebody made a broadcast and was calling Ipong to come and kill Ijele. And most of you are hailing her. Oh, you are formidable. This sister is formidable. He's telling them, go and meet Ijele. Negotiate with Ijele. Kill Ijele. Do Ijele like this. Go and do Ijele like that. He's trying to defend Simeon Ekpa. He's trying to defend Simeon Ekpa. And he's calling for the head of Ijele. Now, let us talk like human being. When I mean let's talk like human being, let us talk sincerely. In the real sense, maybe Urubu or Shekiri girl or Ijo girl is calling you, hey, Jebu one negi, go and kill your brother. I understand that feeling. Which of your people will go kill for here now? I understand that feeling, no. The other one, if they tell you, kill all of them, if can you say, let's kill Tompolo? The plant will come waka across main road. Now I say make them match him. And tell you, he's formidable. He's talking about some of you will even encourage it. Oh, sister, you are formidable. Kill Ijele for saying the truth. Ijele has the mind of one Nigeria, and I respect his opinion. Let him continue with his one Nigeria. Every progressive-minded individual understand that a restructured Nigeria is as good as Biafra. But of course, we know this is one thing the Fulani will not allow to happen. And then we go for Biafra and nothing more. But some of our people believe in one Nigeria. Let them do it and give us one Nigeria. We'll appreciate them for it in time past and see ourselves as misguided brothers. The same way some think it's amendment of constitution. And when the constitution has been amended, then you see, oh, maybe obviously we are the problem of ourselves. Then we begin to call for amendment of individual. And then maybe when they do devolution of power, one family in Biafra land will hijack all the whole power. And then we begin to call for devolution of family. There could be no end to these things. But we need to tell ourselves the truth. Let's see if Samonekpa. He's attacking DOS. And now he's calling DOS and Samonekpa. Go and kill Ijele. Go and kill Ijele. Go and kill him. But all these people you are mentioning, we promise you, Anybody that come out openly to register their displeasure against Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB, we promise you, touch them. We will redesign this struggle for you. But people don't understand. The worst you people can do is to push us to go to the enemy to look for help. We will sacrifice everything on the altar for all of you. You are in Europe telling them, come to Nigeria and kill Ijele. The IPONK in Nigeria, don't you know they are all hungry? You know how many IPOB people owe me money they no fee pay? IPONK in Nigeria, they are all hungry because most of them has lost their job. They have lost their source of livelihood because they are doing Biafra. The same Biafra you people have sold and collected money. Kill Ijele. Ijele was this. Ijele dey in own. He no be Biafra. On a petitioner, he's a human trafficker. He's a trafficker human. And now, offset Yana. Yeah, kill Ijele. Kill Ijele.
But you people are this, you know, you are so strong. How come Ijele is so bold? He's even said that they should put his face on it. He was in the streets.
Ijele is not bold. Ijele is just saying the truth from his own perspective. And the truth he knew. And what did the Bible say? The righteous are bold as lion. You cannot shut them up. When I started broadcasting on Biafra Human Rights Radio, the number of insults hurled on me is unimaginable. But it doesn't move me. Each time I come, I cross leg very well. I buy mineral. Buy mineral. You know, they say I drink kai kai. Everybody who is against Nnamdi Kanu drink kai kai. Rubbish people. I buy mineral, I cross my leg and I listen very well. I only begin to imagine what kind of people are these. We now try to find out the type of drug you take. Now we are giving you the antidote. Hey, kill Ijele. Hey, Ijele is the boat. Ijele is this one. A strike on Ijele will make many of you to run away. Forget about all these things. We've not started fighting ourselves. It's only IPOB that is fighting everybody, trying to create supremacy. Nobody is fighting anybody. I pray God will not allow you people to make mistake. If you come out one day, oh, come and kill the people, oh, kill all your people, kill all the politicians, kill Igbo people, kill Igbo people, Igbo people. We understand all those things. If you tell your people to join Biafra now, as I'm talking to you now, if I want to turn this radio now to Anyoma radio station, I will just say, Anyoma people, call on this radio. All of them are there. Don't think they have gone to sleep. You will see this radio will catch fire. No. I said this is Anyoma moment. They are going to call from all over the world. They are ready. They just want to make sure if we must die for this purpose, for this reason, we must die for the genuine reason, not Yahoo. I can't come out and say, kill Igbo people, kill Igbo people, kill Igbo people, let us kill our governor. I don't do that. I'm not even asking you to kill Nnamdi Kanu. I am exposing Nnamdi Kanu. And I don't think Ijele have asked them to kill Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, sometimes he may go down to a certain level to say some things. But I don't blame him. He has to function the way he's made up. That doesn't make me better than him. But then the Kanu atrocity cannot be hidden. I know how many people who claim to be wise and intellectual. Hey, let's leave Nnamdi Kanu. We got to move ahead. We got to move this. Let's be mature. We are not the same. I'm not the same with Nnamdi Kanu. We are not. But we're fighting for the same cause. We must properly position ourselves so that the next generation will know who we are differently. Hey, don't say it, don't say it. But then, all of you were enjoying it. Now we are not there. They have started doing the same thing. Uche Nasebu was fighting Mazuche Mefo. Mazuche Mefo was fighting Clifford Iruanya. Clifford Iruanya was on Obidio Bienunek. Obidio Bienunek was on everybody fighting each other. But it's Nnamdi Kanu that is hitting their head together. It's Nnamdi Kanu with some of his cabals. Thank God for Reconciliation Committee, which was able to at least tone down the hatred among these people under the de facto customary government. This set have passed. Another set have come now. Emissary of Rabbi. Hey, attack Nelly Ofuegbu. Nelly Ofuegbu put division inside Ada Highway. Ada Highway. Anak China Sanworu. Then China Sanworu knock DOS. DOS knock Nnamdi Kanu family. All of them know what they are doing. In fact, Nnamdi Kanu know what he's doing with all of them. Very shameless people. And the people who know this truth will ask you, but as soon as they do this Biafra, God forbid, I know if you be part of honor. They say, oh, I saboteur. David Umahi, he said, boy, under normal circumstance, anybody that do not have the mind to fight for Biafra as a Biafran,
somebody like Ijele should be hiding, but he is there. Nothing happened to him. Nothing is happening.
Nothing happened to him.
And he's coming out to do more damages.
They should kill him. Even because he's doing damage.
Are they not IPOB in Turkey? Are they not IPOB in Turkey? Before.
The point is that when God is saving most of you, you don't know God is saving you. Some people think this is a Facebook matter. We want our conscience to be free. Our action justify in the end. And so when we respond, we will respond adequately. Anything you want to take, we will give to you. But you are not our problem. You are not the reason why we came out here. Just that we discovered that you have become a clause in the will of the progress of the people. The very instrument, the very pendulum of chaos, destabilizing Biafra land. Very shameful. And you want people to identify. Where is Mbaka now? We want prophecy. Professor Nnamdi Kanu coming to court. Hey, he will be released this year. He will not do December next year. He must come home. Oh, why are you people like this? Is that the image of the nation we want to build? Raising up controversial issues. What we must know about the statement of David Umahi is that he made his choice. He made a political statement. To him, he may say, if I say it, Fulani will now have confidence in me. They will now ask me to go. David Umahi, I won't even advise you to go for president. You're supposed to go to the next level now. Go to House of Rep or Senate. Collect your 8 years again. And if you still have strength in you, you can now come out to contest for president. And then somebody will give you money. You step down for them later. That is if you are politically relevant. But with the current dispensation, David Umaru, if they even give you president of Nigeria, you will lose your mind in your first year in office. Goodluck Ebere Jonathan was a little bit wise because he gathered his people around him. When I mean his people, he brought Igbo people, he brought Ijaw people, he brought people who understand him, he gathered them around him. So when the demon in Nigeria knock him left and right, front and back, when he fall on his brother. They will encourage him, move on, you must complete your year. If he wanted to resist Buhari, highest his bloodshed, he would have still been there. But he made his choice. My ambition does not want the blood of any Nigerian man. And that is in the nearest future. They say, oh, then 100 Nigerian people died because they rig Goodluck out of office. And his people said no. And so they will not, anytime they talk about how many people who lose their life, they will always talk about Goodluck. Today, when they talk about millions of people, you could lead our people to war, they now kill our people. It was necessity that gave birth to invention. It was never Ojukwu intention to see any Biafran die. In fact, he wanted to stop the death. Both Ifajuna you call saboteur. Both Chukuma, Kaduna and Zogo betrayed. All of them. It was the love to protect their people that drives them. It does not matter how many people who died in the process. But they never had this at the back of their mind. And that is why when you see people today fighting for our freedom, initiating death, anarchy, chaos in our land, and yet you believe that, oh, they come to save us. Are you man enough? Are you reasoning okay? Are you fine? Are you sure you are fine? That is a woman, no? It's like when you hear Nandekano, oh, give us Biafra, oh, give us Biafra. You don't know the whole of Afari Beku. It was in 2019 ending to early 2021. That was when we were able to establish one unit in Afari Beku. And the politics going on in that unit, I'm sure they have shut it down. His village people does not believe in Nandekano, not to talk of his Biafra. When we now talk, he say, a prophet is without honor, but among his own people. Is he a prophet? Oh, sorry, he's a prophet. Arabanku prophet. Arabatarian, Ashakatarian. Just look at what you people are doing. You are fighting for Biafra. It takes only the people possessed by the spirit of Biafra to still come up and say, I'm a Biafra. I'm not talking about people without brain anymore. In the image of Biafra with our nefarious activities. But rather we must rebrand its image. And the way forward is we must understand the implication behind name, physically and spiritually. If you don't know the reason why you have to rebrand the image of Biafra, let's go back to the Bible. He said good name is better than riches. So good name is better than a whole country given to us. There are countries in the world, people may not say anything. If you say you are from such area, they look at you. Look at Nigeria. The moment you land in any embassy around the world, the immigration will ask you, where do you come from? Maybe the immigration was drinking tea. You just say, I'm a Nigerian. They will drop their eyeglass and look at you very well. The next thing you hear is, shoot back, please. Where did you say you come from? You say, I'm a Nigerian. Others are following left or right. They will send you to the next direction. A bishop went to Moscow some time ago to preach the gospel. When he landed in Moscow, all the people who came from Nigeria to Moscow, they direct them to one room. But as somebody brought up in America, he knew most of those things. He said the room they placed them was wired with surveillance camera, and so he knew they were watching them. All of them Nigerian pastors, Nigerian citizens. They begin to search them, question them, ask them different questions. He said he was just looking at them. But what he was asking, he said, why is it only Nigeria of all people? Why? Because the image of Nigeria has been damaged globally. And this is not what anybody should even be fighting to protect. That is why when I say, oh, one Nigeria, beloved, one Nigeria, lovable, one Nigeria. But look at how they treat you like a leper around the world. Not because you are a criminal, not because you have committed an offense, not because you have done anything wrong, but because you accept the emblem of Nigeria. It is a damaged name already. This is exactly what Nnamdi IPONC are trying to do. They will damage the image of Biafra, drag it to the mud, because they don't understand the spiritual and physical implications. Do I remind you tonight that the power of every living creature is tied to their name? That is why your colonial master, when they conquer you, they change your name. Do you know that it is only your original name that can give you access to that which belongs to you spiritually? Do you know that your name influences the kind of divine intervention that takes place in your life? And that is why those whose name have been soiled, when God wants to work with them, he changed their name. And those whose name is blessed, because the evil cannot manipulate them, they make you destroy your name. When Joseph was in the palace of Pharaoh, the name Joseph was not to be toyed with. They changed his name. When Daniel was in the court of Nebuchadnezzar, his name will not allow them to invoke him or send a cantation against him. They changed his name. But you don't know the implication. You have not prayed about it. You must consider the importance of protecting the name or image of your people. You must understand the importance. If you truly consider this aspect, you will not soil the name in the mud. I remember as a child, and I have said that to my children before now. My father will always tell me, son, I can be anything. Anything they tell you that I am, believe. They can say I'm a murderer. They can say I'm a criminal. They can say I'm a prostitute. I'm a shawo. I am evil. I'm a witch. I'm a wizard. My son, whatever you like, believe about them. But let me tell you, I'm not a thief. The day he told me that thing, he registered in my DNA. And I have the same reason to tell this to my children. I say I can be anything. But you see, stealing does not run in our family. It no dey our blood at all. And it cannot start with you people. That is to protect the image of family. Protect the image of Biafra. Stop destroying it. We must put effort to make sure that our image sell by our conduct and activity. If you see American citizens anywhere around the world, they behave as if their father is the owner of the universe. And every other country tremble at their appearance. Touch one American citizen and get ready for the consequence. As small as Israel is, touch one Israel citizen, you will get the reception. Very clear reception. Touch one British citizen, touch one German citizen, they will overrule every protocol and make sure that justice is done. Why? Is it because they have the ultimate power? Is it because they have the most advanced ballistic missile? No. Because they've been able to sell their image, project their image to an enviable height, not just vocally, but ready to defend it at all costs and to any length. Do you understand? You go there, you kill American citizen. America will call you. Why do you kill our citizen? You say he stole. Did you present him before competent court jurisdiction? You say in our place we don't do that. America will turn back, and if you kill 20 of their citizens, they will kill 200 of your citizens because they too don't believe in your own competent court jurisdiction. Shoot Israel one bomb. Before your own land, they will send you 50. Because they have a reputation to protect. What reputation are we protecting? Oh, they are killing us, oh, they are killing us, oh. Nigerian Boko Haram army are killing us, oh, they are killing us, oh. If you turn, Nnamdi Kanu will send Benjamin Madubugu. Benjamin Madubugu will send Obase. Obase will send some zombie ESM, unknown gunmen, Atoro. Go and kill your brother. You are formidable. We dey warn all of una now. We dey warn all of una now. No be because we dey invincible. No be because say we be spirit. When hand go touch you, you go dey cry. Please now, it's me now. Bikonu, oh Moa now. Use your head now. In those days, they were afraid to bring IPOB member to the court. In those days, when genuine freedom fighters were on ground, before Nnamdi Kanu sealed us, delivered us, and documented us, to bring IPOB member in court, My brother, Nigerians don't find it easy. The day I was released from DSS, they took me from Port Harcourt maximum prison and they perfected my bail. And the day they want to release me, there were arrangements that were made or order given that I should be rearrested immediately. I leave the court premises. We had this information. And I passed the information to those around. Rumukurushi women leader, all of them mobilized themselves. My zone, all the women, they gathered all the women. Port Harcourt area 1 women, all of them gathered. They gathered all the women in Port Harcourt. They flooded the magistrate high court. I was in a crowd of over 1,000 women. And that is how I left the premises. How many do you want to arrest? Who you want to arrest? When mama, original mama, genuine mama, all of them don't go inside house because I don't turn to Yahoo now. Today now, which IPOB person can go to court outside Amarachi that is working with Nigerian people? Through Nnamdi Kanu. All those things we now they hide. The people we know. But we don't want to be the one that brings it out. You people will be the one telling us and will be enjoying it. Today now Simi Anipa, oh, he's a saboteur. He's a Simi Anipa is a saboteur. Leave our Simi Anipa. Then the other zombie are saying, oh, DOS is in Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is DOS. Leave it. And then you have the other moron. Hey, we emissary of Rabbi of emissary. You are dragging the image of Biafra to the mud. Sell our image. Remember in those days we used to say anyana atoase, whiter than white, whiter than white. Now, uncle, you get the moral to say you are whiter than white. Your conscience will even kill you before you finish the statement. But it's not too late. I bring you good news. We must embark on the initiative to rebrand our nation's image. Through our action, it is expected that everyone should come on board. It is not too late. We can correct all this menace and then move ahead. Without projecting a genuine, transparent, honest, sincere, and loving image before the global community, nobody will even pay attention to you. You look like a rascal. But even though you are a rascal, you can be loved because you properly position yourself. Almost the few lobbying firms that were working with IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, Uche for Nnamdi Kanu. The moment Nnamdi Kanu started claiming God, all of them ran away. And I'm sure Barrister Ojofor is receiving advice gradually. He will soon run away. But although he's a member of IPOB, when he take us to court, we prove it to him. Rubbish. After destroying the image of Biafra, you now say, let's change the name. When Nnamdi Kanu come, I will change the name. This is our demon. We need to confront it. We need to fight it. And then eventually put it behind. The job of rebranding our image is our work. You start first of all by telling IPONG, stop lying, stop blackmailing, stop betraying your own people, stop selling your own people. Move out of the for is genuine, backed by the law. It is our right. And so you don't need to lie. You never have to lie in the first place to defend the truth. It's not necessary. And this is where I stop this evening. For those planning who to kill, please give us the name of your people. Let's go and kill them. Mad people. We will kill you. We will kill you. Igbo people, have you heard the judge say kill Ijo? Igbo people, have you heard Akwa Ibom say we will kill Akwa Ibom brother? Huh? Have you heard Urobo Shekiri say we will kill Urobo Shekiri? Have you heard Idoma say we will kill Idoma? Idoma person or Igala person say we will kill Igala? Igbo people, why are you the only one who listen to all the rubbish telling people to kill your people? If you don't agree with somebody, why don't you leave them? And you are encouraging the hey, our Niger Delta sister. You have said it, very formidable. Look at Faith Ogala dancing naked, shamelessly. And normal people just fold and they look am. Will they wait to tell and welcome? Our lines are open at this moment. If you have the privilege to call in, you call in and make your own contribution. But in a nutshell this evening, I'm asking you, the people of Biafra, the next agenda is to see how we can mortgage, salvage, restore, rebrand the image of our nation, Biafra. This is the only time we can become important, useful, and then people can pay attention to us. Processes are being put in place to make sure this is done, but everybody have a role to play. IPONG, stop all those things you are doing. It's not going to take you anywhere. You will make mistake. Look at all the top IPONG zombie. All of them have been misplaced by Nnamdi Kanu. And you people are not seeing it. Where is Obase? No more Lion Squad. Where is he? Let me not mention their name. But we are following all of them up. What a shame. And watch all these people now coming to cause this confusion. They don't even know anything about IPOB. Some of them don't have unit. Most of them are less than 1 year. They say it doesn't mean when you enter. Onyaba no law, omani kuwetua. Onyaba no law, omani kuwetua. You just look at all of them. They are 3 months, 2 months, because now they can't need people he can command and control. GCU are part of Makasa. And the zombies are doing the damage, proper damage to the image of Biafra. And today they are formidable. Formidable in the era. The direct line to call is 081221 52971. 081221 52971. And our WhatsApp line is 070815 45642. 070815 45642. The last time the WhatsApp line is 070815 45642. And of course the lines are open, and if you are able to call in, you make your own contribution. You can get us on our FM station, Anambra and River State, some part anyway, and some part of Delta State. You can get Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station on 100.5 FM. We are on Simple Radio, we are on app, we are on satellite. You can visit our website to get information on how you can be part of this move. We encourage you to join the de facto customary government and make sure you identify in this effort to rebrand the image of Biafra. You have a role to play. The platform is for all of us to call in and give your positive contribution as a genuine individual. And believe me, we may not agree with you on this platform, but your words that comes in season will become an issue to be considered. And you will be shocked. Your advice will pay off, and the people image restored, and of course the project continue to proceed. What we are doing here is damage control, and sometimes it's not going to be palatable, but believe me, it is necessary. Once again, the lines are open. If you're able to call in, you call in. If you cannot access my studio line, you are free to call in through my social media platform. And then after a while, if we do not receive any call, I will sign off, and then we'll come back. Tomorrow is another day. So when anybody is telling you, kill this one is abattoir, they are the one damaging the image of Biafra. They are damaging the image of Biafra. And it is very expensive to repair image. Very expensive. Call on WhatsApp 9, get your name. Can you hear me? Call on WhatsApp.
My name is
Good evening from you. Go ahead, please.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Go ahead. Mazi Aslem. Go ahead.
My name is Abatete is Namambra province, Biafra land. And I am serving the people of Biafra here as the administrator of Biafra Nations Alliance. I just called in to support what you are doing. It's a call for appreciation. A lot of things has happened. But so far so good. I think some of our people are beginning to recollect and see the light, the truth for itself, that there is nothing in where they are looking for and clamoring for. Actually, the empty vessel which makes the loudest noise, they have finally discovered that that vessel is actually empty and there is nothing in it. Go on social media and see what they are doing there. It doesn't matter how many people that are following them. But come on, you have the backing of 100 million people, but you could not achieve anything. Does that make sense? It is better that you are one or you are two and you are sincere to yourselves, and you'll be able to achieve something. For instance, some people in a soccer football game, some people do much well even with a red card than when they are complete. This shows what we call team spirit. When the team, the side is united as a team, not as individuals who wants to showcase their talent. If you are united as a team, there is nothing you cannot be able to achieve. You will do anything you wish to do. That is simply because this is a team. These people are united. Nobody is placing himself above the rest. And that is what we want when we come together to say we are looking for Biafra. It's not a Biafra where somebody will lord himself above others. No. And let's be honest with you. My prayer day and night is, if the Biafra we are looking for is a Biafra that Nigeria will be better than, please, may it never come, because it will be wasted effort for someone to come from frying pan and find itself inside fire. That will be very, very devastating. And you know, the reason why we decide to continue pushing is not because we have all the strength to do it. It is because we are committed. Some people say we are committed to this project of restoration of Biafra. We are committed to this mission of truth. We are committed to the mission of freedom. And there is nothing we can do until this is concluded. So for those of you who always yap insult, you are insulting yourself, because as no one if you wake Ikunso now, he's among those who threaten people. Then, if you go and wake him where he is now and ask him, do you still have the same feeling you have before when you are still alive, when we are alive? You will see that he's a repentant sinner already. You understand? So for those of you who still have the opportunity to repent and make a U-turn, you have that chance. You can do it. Let us stop giving ourselves false hope. There is no hope in darkness. Only where there is light. We choose to walk in the dark to give light so that others can see. It is not a place of dwelling. I must be sincere to you and to every Biafran listening to us that the mission to restore Biafra is not mission for fashion parade. It's not a mission for showcasing your personalities. This is a mission for those who are serious, who understand what it takes to make sacrifices, honest sacrifices. Those of them asking you and commanding you into bush, into water, under cave. Have you took your time to ask yourself, where are their children? Where are their families? Why are they not coming back to join the force? Because if you anything you want to do it well. You need to do it by yourself. If you have resorted to violence, why can't you come and join? So that you hide yourselves in abroad. Only small threat that demonstration will be carried out to drag all of you back home. I can't remember the last time you said you want to go and do demonstrations on Finland. How can you go and face somebody while the people he trained, the killer squad he trained, are still killing our own people? And you want to go and do demonstration to release him? Or you don't know that those that are killing our people are the mercenaries, those Nnamdi Kanu trained in order to silence his opposition, or those who share different ideas from his, so that he can become Lord of all. My dear brother, a few days ago somebody called me and sent me a message. He said he want to join ESM. I told him, if you're tired of life, go and commit suicide. I think it will be better for you than to say you want to go and join ESM. You want to say I'm the one who connected you to your early death? I said, you must give yourself a reason to be alive. He said, no, it's better for him to die than to go to jail. No, it will be better for you to be alive and witness the stupidity of so many people. Because whoever died in this stupidity of ESN and unknown government, I'm sorry, they don't even take record of you people. It is we, by the privilege, small privilege that we have, for those of them that we know, that we are able to know, that are even taking record of those deaths. IPOB don't take record of your death. When you die, they will say it's not IPOB member. Of course, that is how they always put it. They never agree. They never accepted their responsibilities. And how do you find yourself humble and submissive to an organization that don't take his responsibilities for his activities, for his followers and members? It's very shameful, I must be honest with you. But nevertheless, as Biafran, I must tell you, there is hope. All hope is not lost. And until then, I would like to say, get better and not bitter. Only those who are bitter in their soul wants to commit suicide in the name of joining ESN and the non-government. And most importantly, remember to preserve our life and our heritage. Thank you. Back to you, Diaba.
Thank you very much, Brother Asilem Odowile. Always on point. Of course, we continue to tell you the truth. We understand it's going to be very difficult for you to accept this truth. But then, we just have to do what we have to do. Consider the way the image of Biafra is being projected before the global community. And this evening, or this morning, or this afternoon, depending on your location or time zone at this moment, and tell yourself, is it encouraging? Is it something that is appreciated? How will people view it? What exactly? You can be arrogant and people still appreciate you. You can be harsh and people still tolerate you. But when you are irritating, everybody just want to walk out on you. And so let's be sincere to ourselves. The very image of Biafra we have now, do you think you have the moral ground to fault anybody who is denying his Biafran origin or his Biafran identity? Let us be wise. Let us be wise. I thought Biafran were known for wisdom. This is the time to showcase it. And trying to rebrand the image of Biafra must not be in the guise of deception, sincerity, genuineness. I'm joined by Dr. Kado at this moment. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, please. Good evening, Job.
Good evening, sir. From here, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, and my special greetings and good wishes to all our listeners, their fans and friends of their friends. Thank you for having me once again, and I renew my congratulations to you and to Chidera and other members of our media team. You people are doing wonderful. Keep on, please. I think the conversation must continue, because without it, other things we might be doing could be could not have the real meaning that is supposed to be given. So keep on with the conversation. It's very, very pertinent, very, very important. The conversation must continue. And while we speak about our focus and hope for our beloved nations and people, we must also expose the evil. It's very, very important. It's quite compatible. We can't separate the two. That might be a very deadly pretense. So thank you for that. The conversation must continue. As I have already said at some time, a non-international poet and writer, at the onset when the media, social media was emerging, he said that they were called upon him to make a definition of what the modern social media handles are all about. He said, it's an opportunity of giving words to imbeciles. So it was a definition that within the academic world, they accepted it, many with critics and many with great perplexity, and but it's an in-depth definition. But the point is now that words have been extended to imbeciles before, because maybe before it was within the literate world. But then these words now have also other implications and importance. earlier on in the past centuries, the Romans in Latin used to say verbum volant, that spoken words fly, meaning that there's need maybe in order not to rely. But presently now it's not like that. Verbum words don't easily fly away this time, because there are other instruments that has been put in place. When you are saying something, it can be recorded, it can be transcribed. So actually what I am trying to say, we're no longer at the age of the ancient, Romans or the Latin world. So verbum volant verbum this time doesn't only volant, but it remains. And as we can see it, the object of your program this evening, very, very important, on issue of redeeming the image of Biafra that is about being destroyed, or that has already almost been destroyed. You can see that from the verbs that was coming up from the quarters of IPOB, poisonous words. We might, even by God's grace, we succeed redeeming the image. Remember, those words must remain, and it's a very something disastrous to all of us. You can say it. Think of the image of Nnamdi Kanu being, when he was bundled from Kenya to Nigeria. That was a very disastrous image to the struggle, because when you compare our great leaders, personalities or figures like, just to name but few, Odumegwu Ojukwu, you see Effiong, Achuzie, and many others whom I might not know. You can see the wonderful image. I mean, men that did something that left a legacy, however, that left a legacy, and not maybe grooming charlatans or criminals. You never see them in such an image, but you can, however, you can see all the image Nnamdi Kanu portrayed was that of a criminal, from the way Nigeria managed it, and it can be associated with, I think, the restoration process. I think that's something. There must be a way to. He has already scored his own goal alone. I think that would be an issue that must be treated very carefully, in the modern history of our nation. Well, that notwithstanding, I am still of the view, as I've continued saying right from the onset, beside all, and considering the complexity of the contest, he could also be given a treatment of a prodigal son. So, well, I have my reservation when most of our elders or certain individuals take a certain stand on his present predicament. Well, one never abandon a prodigal son. That's the point. So there can be one word or other be understood in a way too. Because if you can see the poisonous words that came from the water of IPOB, remember from the onset what we were preaching, as you have already mentioned in the program. We were talking about beauty of life, respect for life, fundamental human rights. And that was putting the Nigerian government in a very big, difficult situation. And you can see even that it was giving us a great sympathy by the international community, from the international community. We were gaining very great sympathy because the motto was beauty of life, beauty of life. Of course, we were paying with our life too. No one is denying that. But you can see now that improvised from beauty of life, what we're preaching now is beauty of death, to the extent of engaging in cannibalism, So it's a disastrous situation. It's a disastrous situation and a very big challenge to those of us that still have the conscience, human conscience, to reflect over all this. So we can't give up. It's a challenge that we must redeem and be able. It's a situation that we must redeem and cost it whatever it might cost. And then just to take it, from a current point of view, the issue now, all our energy now must be focused on rehabilitating mostly our young, our youth, the youth that have been taught to have apathy over political participation and representation. And we cannot do without that, seen from a very in-depth analysis. The best and only way to go now is that of political participation and representation. If I might use our media language, that of effective government within the territory of our competence. We must engage in that. It's very urgent and immediate. And we must have to adopt all possible means at our disposition to see that it is put in place. So it is necessary because the context calls for it. We are no longer in a situation of military dictatorship. Neither do we gain anything establishing a condition of anarchy. So the best thing is that we must have to be able to train our youth, educate them, give them civic political education, as I've often been saying, so that they can. And then the point now is that why are we saying it? Why we say it, we should also know that time waits for no one, and that time is not so much in our favor. So we must be timely in what we're saying to be able to marshal out the strategy, and then the signals coming from the BIAFRA state of Anambra is very, very positive. It's very, very encouraging. They are setting a very positive pace. We can also rely on that. And then it's important also to specify that political participation and representation doesn't, many might be obsessed with the aspect of saying that it is only for participating or voting in an election. No, complete civic education or knowing how to participate and be represented in politics means also being able to know the right manner to apply civil disobedience as a means of political struggle. Because as you can see, the danger we are all facing with the present IPOB is that they are bastardizing everything, every resource that we were able to. You see civil obedience, there are even many that are causing havoc or penetrating violence in our homeland. When we were talking about civil disobedience as a means, or they may, I don't know where they may have been within the struggle, but they have now used it as a means of, as a criminal instrument. So everything, all the treasures that were targeted for this restoration process is being destroyed. So why I'm saying this is that if our people are well educated on this means of participation and representation, it's a blade of two sides, or I might say that is a stone that can kill two birds, or that can catch two birds, in the sense that we can engage it effectively in exercising our franchise, and the other way too, we can also use it for social disobedience, civil disobedience. For instance, if one wants to boycott, when you're boycotting an election, for instance, you can boycott election effectively and meaningfully when you have a franchise. If you don't have a franchise and you are talking about boycotting, it's irrelevant. It's unreasonable to speak about that. So, in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is that we have to seriously embark on massive campaign for the registration of our people. We must have to let them understand why they should register and have their PVC. Now that is most of the exercise is being done digitally or electronically, we must have to invest much on that. We must have to learn a very big lesson from Anambra, what happened in Anambra and the Anambra exercise. So all our energy should be channeled on that. That's the significant thing we need to do now. And then, as I said, other issues, they are by the way. They are by the way. By the way, in the sense that the major task all of us have now, we must try our best to demonstrate to our beloved heroes and heroines that their death weren't in vain. And the only way we can do that is not only by expressing our resentments or expressing our anger. The only way we can do that is by restoring our beloved nation. And that is possible. The route we have taken within a year now is very, very positive. It is certain and well known that there is the Biafran de facto customary government in existence. It's a de facto government, of course, because it's a government by fact. And we have also tried to make meaning. We didn't only give meaning to it from a legal point of view, in which we might discuss about the customary source of Nigerian constitution. That's by the way. But the issue there is that we have the Biafran de facto customary government that is set to pilot us in most of these initiatives, both in terms of the political participation and representation, because the basic background or conditions sine qua non is that of we must depart from the premises of the foundation of the Biafran de facto government. As Biafran de facto government has it, it recognizes that we are Biafran citizens by fact and by customary or indigenous identity. And at the same time, the Biafran government recognizes that our citizens are also Nigerian political citizens. We shouldn't deny that. And there is a very good reason why we should also say that shoulder high, because we were the founders of this country called Nigeria before it started to divide us. And being our creature, we can also dissolve it or put it in the right place that it's supposed to be. For the meantime, in the process of doing that, we recognize that we are also Nigerians. And then, based on that fact, we can then gear the whole process that we are doing within the government. When the time reaches, of course, when we must have attained the juror status, full-fledged status of the point is that we being democratic in nature, republican in nature, it still awaits our citizens, some who might choose to have dual citizenship of Biafra Nigeria. It's their fundamental right. But in that case, it's a different thing. Then those who doesn't want to have that can then renounce that and have Biafran citizenship and maybe that of any other country of their choice. So we have to make this very, very clear to our citizens. It's a very clear and very, very, because it's clear and very simple, because our first Republican veterans and veterans, they have done a lot for us. They did a lot of things, a lot of legacies and the heritage that we derive from them are many. So now, we were only unfortunate that we fell into amateur, individuals who were claiming what they are not, and we were misled for such a long time. But by God's grace, I think action speaks better than words. We look forward. It's a question. At least for a year now, we've been able to consolidate the de facto government, which is there. And then further actions has to say that we have to do it, and then to the notice and to the life of our people. While we're doing this, we won't look back on their welfare, because it has been one of the factors that normally, they have fall prey to. You can see what the corrupt politicians do with maybe the state of poverty and hunger that is in the land, using maybe money to deceive and not to give conscience and ethics and morals to people. So what I'm trying to say, my brother, is that we have a lot of things to do. As I've earlier made mention, all these positive hopes, which is the reason of being of our struggle. There are great hopes which we are from de facto government in collaboration of pro-Biafran groups, of which one of them I'm a member of BNA, Biafra Nations Alliance. We are dedicated to move forward, and we cannot do it without carrying along the conversation, mostly those that regard evils that wanted to divide all the effort our First Republic and the present good-minded individuals of our generation wanted to do. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. I think you keep on with your efforts. You're doing very well. We're proud of you. I think Heavenly Father God will reward you, and the others in group, will reward all of you for all this sacrifice. From here, I can say good evening to you, and then keep on. Thank you very much for having me, and my regards.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And of course, that is the voice of Dr. Okado, men who are working tirelessly to ensure that the right thing is done as far as the restoration project is concerned. Many of them are standing by, sincerely working hard, but believe me, we will get to our destination. And of course, at this moment, we are inching closer to the end of this program. I want to appreciate those of you who took time to call in to make your own contribution. Apology to those that may not be able to take their call this moment, but the truth cannot be overemphasized. The people of Biafra must understand it is time to sell Biafra image, but you must be very careful what you present to the market, because that is how they may view you, that is how you may be regarded, treated in time to come. But of course, we are not terrorists. We are not any negative name they call us. We're simply people in need of freedom. We are here to exercise our right to self-determination. We are here to put in place processes that enables us to become the author of our destiny. We just want a better life. A progressive society where healthcare facilities are available and affordable, where electricity is also available and affordable, where you have government and leaders who understand that in the line of their duty, their first assignment is to redeem accounts to the people. We want to be among a society that helps the global community to see how the life of Homo sapiens can be improved on. We just want life in its fullness. That is why we are here. And believe me, we are not going to back down until we get there. And in case you are in a doubt if we will get there, empty your doubt as well as your fear, because we are already there. I'll say good night from here. Tomorrow is another day. We'll continue from where we stop. Don't forget the image of Biafra must be rebranded. And this is the job all of us must do. Good night and God bless you.
The spirit of innocent Biafrans, would it flow like a river? I said the blood of innocent Biafrans, would it massacre, would it flow like a Red Sea? Spirit of innocent Biafrans, would it massacre, would it rise like a big storm? Rise up, spiritually and physical. Rise up, upon anybody, with the again, this my freedom. Rise up, on anybody, with the again, this Biafra, our Father who art in heaven, oh. We say hallowed be thy name, oh. We dey wait for your kingdom to come, oh. Right here on earth like this in heaven, oh. We say promise, you promise your children, promise, you promise your people, oh. We say promise, you promise the Biafra. Yeah, since amalgamation we see the suffer. They start to killing us since 1945. Till the today they are not satisfied. Yeah, we're like a stranger in the land of scavengers. Then they kill us, then they eat us. So they make what govern us and our senators. Don't turn against us, they want to stop us, but they cannot stop us. Yeah, Biafra is unstoppable, unstoppable, it's unstoppable, because the fire is unquenchable, unquenchable, unquenchable. Freedom, oh. If you're blocking on the Biafra, freedom, oh. Cause if you're blocking on the Biafra, freedom, oh. Make me freedom to go. Because they cried and they too much, yo. Because they suffered and they too much, yo. In a nation, because they killing and they too much, yo. Because they suffered and they too much, yo. Because they cried and they too much, yo. In a nation, yeah. My brother, rise up, and let's march into the promised land, our paradise. I am that I am, says the Lord, is a mighty man in battle. Whenever he say yes, nobody can say no. I say nobody can battle with the Lord. Papa, knows you all this